Picture this, a massive silver airship floating effortlessly across the sky, a marvel of engineering, a symbol of luxury. On board are some of the wealthiest and most influential people of the era, enjoying a journey unlike anything else in the world. But in just 34 seconds, this vision of the future would be consumed by flames, transforming into one of history's most infamous disasters. On May 6, 1937, the Hindenburg, the largest airship ever built, erupted into a raging inferno while attempting to land at Lakehurst Naval Air Station in New Jersey, killing 36 people and shattering the golden age of airships in an instant. But was this merely a tragic accident? Or was there something more sinister at play? And why, nearly a century later, does this catastrophe continue to haunt our collective memory? This is the story of the Hindenburg, a tale of innovation, ambition, and one of the most devastating failures in aviation history. In the early 20th century, airships weren't just a mode of transportation. They were a symbol of prestige, innovation, and the future of luxury travel. These colossal flying machines, lifted by hydrogen or helium, painted a vision of a world where the skies would one day be as bustling as the oceans. And at the pinnacle of this dream stood the LZ-129 Hindenburg, the pride of Germany, built by Luftschiffbau Zeppelin. Stretching an astonishing 245 meters, 803 feet long, it was the largest aircraft ever constructed, a floating palace suspended in the heavens. Inside, passengers reveled in opulence, private cabins, an elegant dining hall, and even a grand piano lounge. It wasn't just a marvel of engineering. It was a testament to human ambition, a glimpse into what seemed to be the dawn of a new era in aviation. The final journey of the Hindenburg began on May 3, 1937, as it gracefully lifted off from Frankfurt, Germany, on what was supposed to be yet another smooth transatlantic voyage. Aboard the massive airship were 36 passengers and 61 crew members, along with tons of mail and cargo, all bound for the United States. The trip was nothing short of extraordinary. Passengers dined in elegance, strolled through the airship's spacious interior, and marveled at the breathtaking views from above. For 3 days, the journey was seamless, a testament to the promise of luxury air travel. But as the Hindenburg approached Lakehurst, New Jersey on May 6th, dark storm clouds loomed on the horizon. Strong winds and lightning delayed the landing, forcing the airship to circle the area, waiting for the weather to clear. Then, at long last, the descent began. The ground crew stood ready. Spectators gathered to witness the arrival of the world's most famous airship. And in an instant, everything changed. At exactly 7:25 p.m., the Hindenburg hovered just 200 feet above the ground, preparing for its long-awaited landing. But then, disaster struck. A small flicker of flame appeared near the tail section, almost imperceptible at first. Within seconds, that tiny spark erupted into a raging fireball, consuming the massive airship in a terrifying cascade of flames. The highly flammable hydrogen gas, which had once carried the Hindenburg so effortlessly across the Atlantic, now turned it into a floating inferno. Passengers and crew were faced with an impossible choice: leap from the blazing wreckage or be swallowed by the flames. Screams filled the air as people tumbled from the burning gondola, desperately trying to escape the catastrophe. On the ground, spectators could only watch in horror. Among them was radio reporter Herbert Morrison, whose shaken, grief-stricken voice would be forever etched into history. "Oh, the humanity!" His emotional broadcast, recorded live as the disaster unfolded, captured the sheer devastation of that moment, an event that would become one of the most iconic and haunting tragedies ever caught on film. Of the 97 souls aboard the Hindenburg, 36 never made it out alive. 13 passengers, 22 crew members, and even a ground worker caught in the chaos. Those who survived were left with horrific burns, broken bones, and memories of a nightmare they would never escape. Some had leaped from the inferno just in time, while others had clawed their way through the wreckage, emerging from the smoldering ruins in shock and agony. The disaster sent shockwaves around the world. The Hindenburg had been a symbol of progress, luxury, and German engineering, but in just 34 seconds, it became a flaming tomb. The dream of airship travel, once believed to be the future of aviation, died that day. But what really caused the Hindenburg to explode? Was it a tragic accident, a fatal design flaw, or something more sinister? Some believe it was a simple case of static electricity igniting leaking hydrogen. Others suspect sabotage, a covert attack meant to strike at Nazi Germany's pride. Even decades later, the truth remains one of aviation's greatest unsolved mysteries. Theories behind the disaster. What really brought down the Hindenburg? In the wake of the Hindenburg catastrophe, the world searched for answers. How could the pride of German aviation be reduced to ashes in mere seconds? Over the years, several theories emerged, each offering a possible explanation for the disaster. 1. Hydrogen gas, a ticking time bomb. The Hindenburg was filled with hydrogen, an extremely flammable gas, instead of the safer helium that could have prevented such an explosive tragedy. But helium was controlled by the United States, which refused to sell it to Nazi Germany. Was the disaster inevitable from the start? 2. Static electricity, a deadly spark. The airship flew through stormy weather before landing, possibly building up static electricity. A single spark could have ignited leaking hydrogen, triggering the catastrophic Inferno. But why was the leak never detected? 3. Sabotage, an act of terror? Rumors quickly spread that anti-Nazi activists had planted a bomb on board, aiming to send a message to Hitler's regime. While this theory was never proven, some eyewitnesses reported seeing an explosion before the fire erupted. Could the Hindenburg have been brought down on purpose? 4. Flammable paint, the flying torch theory. Some researchers argue that the Hindenburg's outer skin was coated with a highly flammable substance, similar to rocket fuel. This would explain why the fire spread so rapidly, engulfing the ship in under a minute. Could the true cause have been a simple design flaw? Decades later, the mystery remains unsolved. Was the Hindenburg doomed from the moment it left Frankfurt? Or was there something far more sinister at play? The debate continues. The Hindenburg disaster wasn't just the end of an airship, it was the end of an entire era. Once seen as the future of luxury travel, airships now seemed too dangerous, too unpredictable. The world watched in horror as the mighty Zeppelin crumbled into flames, and with it, so did the public's trust. The golden age of airships was over, and the future of aviation belonged to airplanes. Yet the Hindenburg's legacy endures. It remains a powerful symbol of human ambition, reminding us that even our greatest innovations come with unimaginable risks. It was a tragedy, but also a turning point, pushing aviation towards safer, more reliable technology. The Hindenburg disaster is more than just a historical event. It's a moment frozen in time. The haunting images of the flaming wreckage, the chilling cries of Herbert Morrison, and the sheer shock of what unfolded continue to resonate across generations. It stands as a stark reminder of the fine line between progress and disaster, making it one of the most unforgettable moments in history. The Hindenburg disaster wasn't just the tragic end of a single airship. It became a profound turning point in the entire history of aviation. This catastrophic event exposed the fundamental flaws in early airship technology and highlighted the devastating consequences of cutting corners in the pursuit of progress. The disaster underscored the importance of safety protocols, responsible engineering, and the critical balance between bold ambition and prudent caution. Before the Hindenburg, the world viewed airships as the future of air travel, offering luxurious and unprecedented ways to cross the skies. But that fateful night in 1937 proved that even the most advanced technologies could fail when safety measures were overlooked. In the aftermath, the aviation industry was forced to reevaluate its practices, marking the end of the golden era of airships and ushering in the age of airplanes. As we look toward the future of aviation, the lessons of the Hindenburg disaster remain relevant. The tragedy serves as a constant reminder of how far we've come in terms of advancements in aircraft design, safety standards, and aviation technology, but also of how much further we still have to go. The Hindenburg's fiery end reminds us that the drive for progress must always be paired with responsibility, thoroughness, and an unwavering commitment to protecting human lives. In a way, the Hindenburg isn't just a historical event, it's a symbol of our relentless pursuit of innovation, a reminder that even in the face of failure, we must learn, adapt, and continue to reach for the skies. It also stands as a testament to the human spirit and our ability to turn catastrophes into lessons that guide us forward into the future. If you found this story as fascinating as I did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Execution Detective for more deep dives into history's most shocking and mysterious events. What do you think caused the Hindenburg disaster? Was it a catastrophic human error, a design flaw, or perhaps something even more sinister lurking beneath the surface? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more captivating stories on Execution Detective. I'll see you in the next video.